Good morning to our monthly episode number 7 of
Keep
Case
the
from
lights on.
Cath Lab,
Lights on.
live case from Cath Lab with sponsored by Sun Pharma. And I can see our moderator and faculty all on the line. Can you hear us?
Very
Shiresh,
well. Hi, Samin, and
very
hi,
good.
Annapurna.
And
How
of
are
course, Dr. Sachin Patel, yes, really, we thank you. And I know with India grappling with so much issue at present with the COVID, and but at least good news, and maybe you can tell us a little more that I do the tracker of the COVID patients, and seems to be for last fifth day in a row, it is going down by 10%. And that actually is some great relief. In America, particularly New York, they have governor has opened regular business as of 19th of this month, and overall numbers have been less than 25,000 for many months now.
We know more about New York than what I know about Mumbai. So it's so highlighted everywhere.
But great. So with that note, we start our usual process, because this is a little complex case. We actually modified the case.
There's
That
no
it's
light.
not-
You can't see
it's
the
a-
face.
They put the lights on, so the face. So
No lights. More.
so basically, so this the case remains the theme of the left main, but different than what we showed, because we just got a very interesting case yesterday, and Anu kept it for today. We said that will be a lot of the teaching points and discussion point. Now this case, as you see, our left side is Dr. Keeney, and my right side is fellow Michael Cryer, and who else is here?
Show the
Uh,
fellows
two.
here.
Yeah, everybody, the face should be seen, and the Cath Lab staff. So many of them are frequent visitors, offenders, participants, whichever way you want to call. And these are our two senior people, the faculty with Shiresh, and Shiresh is the leader, Hiramat, in interventional cardiology in India, and of course lead in Pune. He's the director of the Cath Lab at Ruby Hall, and has been a president of CSI and done a lot of organizations and meetings with NIC and so on. Truly a leader, and actually I had a chance to work with him many times for since like 2004 and so. So really, and then Dr. Sachin Patel is the director of the Cath Lab at Sachin Super Specialty Clinic at Aster Adar Hospital and Sunshine Cardiac in Kolhapur. So clearly, he's also emerging interventionalist involved in many complex interventions, and I'm very well aware of his progress. And both of our will be the part today, both Shirish and Sachin, to for this very exciting case. This is a little different, as I mentioned, but the theme of the left main remains. We wanted to show the left main case, and this is the left main patient, 80-year-old, had an old CAT history, had a cipher stent in 2003, and we'll show you how it is in the circumflex, and presented with recent angina and strongly positive stress systemically. And he has controlled diabetes, hypertension, hyperlipidemia, and good medical therapy. And basically, the disease was in the left main with a known total RCA occlusion. And Dr. Keeney Annu is going to show the angiogram, and that's our plan today. Let's see the angiogram first. As you can see, you should go to the angiogram. Yeah, good. So a lot of calcium seems to be the always this case had the ejection fraction was mild, like 55%. This is RCA old total. Yes, this RCA lived with the closed RCA for a long time with the good collaterals. And this is the ventricle, actually looks very good, near normal with a 60%, little bit of post-basal. And more importantly is the significant distal left main bifurcation, as you can see here. 70-80% distal left main with a 95% angulated circumflex. And see the stent in the circ, it's a cipher from 2003 and remained fine. And there are two stents, right? Yeah. And then there is a calcific LAD, RCA collateralized both by the LAD as well as from the right side. But there is a disease in the distal left main going into the proximal LAD, moderate disease with moderate calcium, but ostial circumflex looks like no calcium. right? Now, Suresh, you can take us the discussion that how would you tackle this particular case? And I hope you are able to see the pictures very clearly on your screen. We cannot hear.
Dr. Hiremat, you're on mute.
Yeah, we need a little louder.
Yeah, the RCA is closed
Oh, yes.
and
Yeah.
the circumflex is a big circulation. And I guess it's giving collaterals to RCA too. So circumflex
Yes, that's-
critical lesion becomes a very important area to concentrate on. And when we are doing that, I guess everything from left main to LAD also needs to be preserved. I can see a device in the LV. Samir, I mean, if LV function is good, what is the justification?
Yeah, so yeah, that's a very good point. I know that the indications for the device, basically what we work there is patient with a low ejection fraction, but somebody who has RCA total complex left system intervention with a normal EF based on the data, although there's no trial done. Remember the Protect 2 or even now Protect 4, which will be done, they all with the LV dysfunction, even mild, but normal ejection fraction. But these kind of cases, FDA gave us approval for the use of Impella for this patient, this kind of group, this group of patient, which is a complex anatomy, where you're knowing that there is a very little reserve in this particular case. And so we thought that we'll use the Impella, and that is what our practice now. Many years ago, I would say this is about like a change of practice for 2.5 years. Before that, we used to use just Impella, the balloon pump. But now Impella is approved officially for this purpose. And I just take you through, go back to slide. So just complete what we are, and then we'll go to the intervention case by itself. And so this basically is a patient with a 3 vessel. And now also we calculate the STS. And anything STS, as you know, more than 4 or 5 is like not a surgical candidate. This patient is STS about 2.2 only. But after the heart team discussion, because of the advanced age, it was decided that this patient will go elected after the surgeon. Patient angiogram done, outside discussion with surgeon, because of 80 plus years of age, decided that let's do the PCI. And that's where this patient is. So as far as those 3 devices, the balloon pump, PTV and Impella, 2.5 or CP. And basically this is our algorithm, which we have published also and popularized, that patient with an ejection fraction of more than 35% like this, very complex PCI, either use nothing, of course, based on what you feel, maybe balloon pump, but now Impella, especially if there is no CTS option. So particularly we say that once you have no option, you are it. This patient is not, surgeon didn't accept the patient yesterday, now gets into crisis, they're not going to take the patient. So it is it. So this is kind of case where we think that there's no other option than CTS option, then it's a reasonable to put Impella. But officially, by the recommendation by the FDA guidelines, even in a complex anatomy with the normal ejection fraction, the Impella is approved at present. Now, the large number of patients are basically the complex PCI with high syntax score, with require extensive revascularization, and of course, anybody with the low ejection fraction of 20%. I know many of us go with the EDP also. This patient has a high EDP of 28. So clearly there is a dysfunction or diastolic dysfunction, and EDP is high. So that could be another, although we never, in any trial, the EDP has not come into the equation, that how is the diastolic dysfunction in a patient who have a normal systolic function should be should guide your therapy. So with that note, I'll just open this for discussion or any chat questions by our audience, that why we are doing Impella versus not. I hope I made my point, but I'm ready to take any further point for discussion.
The Impella costs almost 4 times the balloon pump. So in this kind of case,
yeah, that is true.
The LV function is reasonable, and we may need support, but probably not. So IABP also could have been reasonable.
Yeah, that is true. No, as I mentioned that is what we were doing in the past, knowing that it was not approved for normal ejection fraction. So that is what we need to do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Anu, tell us what we are trying to do. So our goal is also, if you see here on the angiogram, that there is not true calcium into the ostial circ. Stent looks good. There is mild calcium. So we are not here decided about the rotational atherectomy if need to be. And so maybe the IVUS might help. This is a kind of an algorithm that on angiogram, maybe mild calcium, you decide based on the imaging, IVUS or OCT, should you do some atherectomy device? So Anu, do you want to say something? Yeah.
So if you look at the left main, a significant lesion as we are already described is ostial circumflex. The biggest challenge here will be wiring the circumflex. So the decision of to use atherectomy, no atherectomy, or what should be the devices all depends how we will wire. So right now, I think that just with the polymer jacketed hydrophilic wire, we should be able to, cross the circ. If it does not cross and we need any kind of specialty wire, we need any kind of specialty catheter to cross, then it should be a different strategy. So if we are able to wire it easily, we'll just balloon the ostium of the circ and then do rotational atherectomy of the LAD, because majority of the calcium is in the main vessel. We see in the cranial picture that there is a diagonal, if you see here, there is a diagonal lesion there, but we would want to leave both the moderate size diagonal alone. So we if go as planned, that we will wire the circ, balloon it, then rotawire of the LAD, go with the 175 bird to the LAD, forget the diagonal, and then we will do a dedicated 2-stent strategy of the left main.
All right, let's ask Sachin now. Sachin, how would you take care of this case in your hospital? Other cannot hear it.
Okay, we wired with the filter.
Yeah.
So I guess get me a balloon. I think the way the wire, we were able to get it into the circumflex, we should be able to get a cutting balloon there.
Yeah.
So we'll take a 3.25 cutting
Okay.
balloon.
Okay. Yes, Sachin, we can hear you now. Tell us.
Yeah, because it's a single circulation, that RCA is already been occluded and supported circulation. So definitely thou LV is fine. He needs or he justifies the support of Impella or IABP maybe. But maybe in the past, because I practice in a tier 3 city, which is at least 250 kilometers from any major city. So there we have done these cases without any hemodynamic support, but always the adrenaline levels are very high and the attendance needs to be very well counseled. But I think if we have a luxury of Impella, it's great.
No, I say that many times the advanced these devices we use, it is more so for the us as an interventionist, because what it does is it gives, as you said, for adrenaline levels, keep it down, and more importantly, able to do without rush. You know what happens sometimes? During the procedure, you try to inflate the balloon, pressure goes down to 50, 60, you are not able to modify the plaque, and then try to cut short the process which you is supposed to intend. So one of the indication, I would say, support device in these patients are, even with a normal ejection fraction, that allow the interventionist to carry out the intervention at ease without high adrenaline levels and do a good job. And so now tell us, Anu, what are you doing here?
So I took a 325 cutting balloon. It went, easily. So we went up. He went up to 1820. Mike went up to 1820. Now again going to 20 atmosphere. Essentially, what we did was pull the, cutting balloon back into the guide, and then reintroduce. So you're changing the position of the blade down. Yeah. I know this is always the issue. The lower surface never expands well. That's exactly what we are seeing, but still it's okay. It's not bad. We should be able to stent it. Now the question comes, the way everything is behaving, do we need to do rotational atherectomy of the LAD, or we just do wire balloon and two dedicated 2-stent strategy and come out?
That's a good point. Yeah. So let's talk about that. And the whole question is the new our Wolverine balloon actually you can easily take it to 16 to 18 atmosphere. Remember the old ones, we never used to go beyond 12. But the new, this cutting balloon very nicely can go up to 16, 18 atmosphere without any problem. And I know that other device here would be the IVL. Now you see that just by doing this, look at the flow in the LED.
I think we
Yeah.
just wire balloon and be done with it without.
Okay, now let me ask you, both of you, Shirish as well as Sachin, would you do a imaging now or you do the imaging? We know that left main require imaging. No question there. You imaging very small number, and I know Shirish, you have been here in our meeting as well as at the in our cath lab. We do imaging in single digits. We are not a big imaging lab. We do a big physiological lab, doing IFR and FFR in almost 65% of our PCIs. So would you do any imaging now, or you just go ahead based on the angiogram, doing the intervention and then do the imaging in the end as a final optimization? How would you do, both of you?
Considering
First
the
to
age
decide
of the
rota or
patient-
no rota.
Considering the age of the
Age
patient, I would do-
82.
80.
I know, considering that.
80 plus.
I would image, because I think the possibility of he needing rotaplator could be sizable at this
I can
age.
put a wire in the LED. I was.
Okay, have the IVs ready.
So basically, your
I
purpose
feel
of
that,
imaging here
we
would
should
be
have,
to decide
done the
whether you
image-
want to use atherectomy. What will be the?
Yes. Whether
Okay,
we
Sachin.
did a-
Yeah, I feel that we should have done the imaging much before, because after that cutting balloon, there is a little bit sluggish flow in the LED. So we need to just secure it quickly, and then maybe we do a imaging if we get a chance. As MSH sir has said very clearly, that the imaging will help definitely, because age 80 and what is the composition of those plaques and calcium, whether need rota or not, that important decision, we can take it on that basis.
All right. So this is, it is in align with. our
Going back to the point that imaging had to be done earlier, when you have 95% nostril circumflex with involvement of the left main, imaging into the LED or circ could compromise the vessel more.
And now doing the imaging, I would say, fall into with our the algorithm that now you decide, because it's not a severe calcium. You do see the calcium, but not a severe. But yes, if you start getting 270-degree calcium arc, then it's reasonable to do orbital or rotational or IVL, one of them. And that's what I would say going to decide in this particular case. So we go with this plan and recommendation that we are going to do imaging now. Now, as Anu pointed out in the beginning, and believe me, I've been on to so many live conferences and there. So we do want to do imaging. We want to promote imaging, but sometimes the imaging may create a trouble. And this is kind of the case of that circumflex, that where imaging can create a trouble because just by a slow flow and so the basically is that you want to secure a little bit patency and you see the hemodynamics actually just by doing this intervention, hemodynamics, the pressure is already down. Yeah. Okay. So we are here ready for doing the IVUS of the left main into the LED.
Now,
There
yes,
is one small
wiring
question
the
from
LED
audience.
could have been done before we did the cutting balloon of the circ. That could have been done, but remember the decision was we were not sure, should we need a rotational atherectomy of the LED or no? We were not sure how easy wiring the circumflex could have been. That's the only reason we kept something about unsure. But if somebody wanted to wire the LED, wire the circ, then do the the PCI of the circ, that is an acceptable.
Completely fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, there is some question.
Yeah,
Yes.
there are two questions. One is, do you use side hole catheter or do you create one in such kind of cases?
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of people talk about the side hole catheter.
No, now IVUS is happening.
Yeah. Now this is the IVUS.
This is the IVUS. Now we are mid to distal LED.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
No classification here, some lunge, little bit calcium, but much. Looks healthy, distal, some big lunge. So a little bit one quadrant, yeah, 2 quadrant calcium here.
This you can do with balloon SS.
Where are we? Floor.
Some
Yeah, this is the
blanch,
tight.
Yeah.
so tight.
Here. No, but this is a
Big
270
one.
arc of
Yeah,
calcium.
this is a 3 quadrant calcium.
3 quadrant. Yeah.
Yes, and go to big, still early. I think it's a bifurcation, and go
Okay.
to the left main, still a little bit calcium, and here is a healthy. I think the proximal reference.
Okay.
Okay,
So
go to
left
the
main
aorta.
came
I'll
back.
Stop here.
So I think we should re-evaluate. We should reread, analyze the IVUS. And now both of you, I know that in India, very big push for OCT, which is right. But would you use, if deciding calcium, OCT more or IVUS more?
Yeah, with maybe when we are dealing with the left main scenario, which is so bulky, and overall, still IVUS can be a very good option and gives us sufficient information what is required for doing a imaging as well as deciding whether to
Okay.
use rota or not.
All the way here. Okay, complete for next. Yeah, okay. So, Shiresh, would you use OCT or IVUS? We need your opinion in this situation. And let's analyze this. Go to the calcific arc. How bad is the calcific arc, and do we need to do rota?
Nothing there. I think right here a little bit.
I think it's a
Yeah,
3
here.
quadrants.
Okay, go back. Yeah, look at that. It definitely 300 plus degree of calcium.
2 quadrants.
No, more than 3 quadrant. Right there.
It's a
1,
3
2,
quadrant.
1,
Yeah.
2.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 plus. So after this, would you change your strategy? Go with a cutting balloon and stent, or do the atherectomy now?
Yeah, I think very interesting finding from IVUS because it was not very clear angiographically. But now after IVUS, where
Yeah.
more than 3 quadrants and more than 5 millimeter length of calcium and a tight,
1.75 bar.
I think
Yeah.
rota still stand a chance. And since we have a impella inside, so we have a natural some protection there. So I think rota can give a good cut and then
Good.
subsequent.
Let's go.
So since arc is more, I doubt whether cutting balloon will do all the job.
Agreed. Okay. So that's what Anu decided. Also, we are putting a rota wire and we do 1.75 bar.
No.
Good. Okay. So now let's, you want to take a picture once again, make sure the vessels are okay.
Take a cranial picture.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there is one question. Since
Yeah.
the patient is unstable
That's what I-
and arc is more than 270, can we still consider IVL
Yes.
as a better option or not?
No, IVL definitely. Yeah, you can use IVL. I mean, some people say since it's not a fully circular, I want to do a just the cutting balloon. That's okay too. So that, yes, IVL definitely. Only thing is IVL is expensive proposition compared to rotablation, as we know in our Indian scenario also, and America also is the same. It's like 3 to 4 times cost. So rotation atherectomy is about
Get me a fine
1800.
cross.
IVL is 4700. Same thing. No, 4700.
Fine cross.
And then we got a same there, 3 lakh rupees versus 80,000 rupees and so. So that cost factor is definitely there.
Now, issue with the IVL is the significant left main disease. So you have to leave the catheter you're there for a while. So that could cause ischemia. That is, if you have left main and proximal LAD disease, that should be taken into consideration.
Absolutely. I think
And although in this particular case, hopefully your Impala will help us a little bit on these things. So now what we are going to do, you want to go to this view or you want to go back to caudal view?
This view is okay.
Okay. So now we actually have this run through. We are going to advance our fine cross. And of course, the wire cannot be left in the side branch, although people have done that. You can put a guide liner or so to protect the side branch, but we had never done it, but that has been the data. Go a little more. Yeah, good. Yeah. That you, any for the bifurcation that you want to create the protection, you can always leave put the fine cross or so. I mean, the guideliner or Godzilla or any catheter for that matter. But yes, the wire cannot be left alone if you're planning to do the atherectomy. Now, for the IVL, it can be left alone. Both atherectomies, for the laser, for rotational and orbital, for laser, you can leave it. Cutting balloon, you can leave it. People always ask, can we leave the wire in the cutting balloon if I'm doing it the main vessel? Answer to that is yes, you can leave that. But definitely for both the atherectomies, because they will cut the wire.
Now we could have done side by side rotational atherectomy wiring, but you saw that actually circumflex wiring was way smoother than the wiring of the LAD. That's why I suppose that we will go with the over the wire system, whatever you have available, and change it to rotawire. So we have selected a rotafloppy wire, straightforward rotafloppy wire, and a 1.75 bar.
Yeah, and we'll use the same cutting balloon in the end, and we are going to remove that wire now.
Yeah, take out the circumflex wire, keep it because we'll use it again. Yeah. Now, this is also important that this strategy could have been done because after we did the cutting balloon of the circ, you saw that the circumflex opened up, the vessel looked okay. If there was dissection, slow flow, or any of that kind in the circumflex, then we are not doing this strategy. Then the strategy would have been we wire the LAD balloon and stent both the vessels.
Okay, so we are ready with the 1.75 with the Rota Pro, which is still not come to the India yet, but soon will be. And that take away your paddle, everything is on the table right here.
So we'll do a speed check.
Yep. The speed check is about 150, is always set. Good.
Okay, good.
Yep. And then we are ready to rock and roll.
So you'll need two operators. I'm just advancing. And the second operator is holding it straight.
Yeah.
Since it's over the wire system, he's just making sure he's pulling the wire back. You're on fluoro all the time. Come up all the way here to the guide, and you're in the left main here. So here you do your three things to make sure there's no tension. So this is the knob. You move the knob backward, forward, remove any tension between the Teflon sheet and the bar. Once you do that, you just tighten the knob. Next is your Y connector. Move the bar backward, forward at the Y connector. Check it on the fluoro. There's no movement. This takes out the tension between the bar and the wire. And the last one, just to make sure everything is okay, you have the dyna. You see this button there, and then you just press. So any movement in the bar will be between 65,000-70,000 RPM, which is very slow. So even if there is any movement or jump, it happens with the lower RPM to avoid any dissection. Most important, if you jump, actually causes dissection or perforation. So now everything is good here. You can decide. Actually, when we did the cranial picture, we saw significant distal left main disease. So we can stay in this view, and since our goal is LAD, that we do the distal left main and just focus on the calcium of the LAD, so we can burr in this view.
Yeah.
So we are ready to start now. Same, you press the button, you hold the guide catheter in your hand, and then what we do is slow pecking motion, forward, backward, and every time you're moving millimeter by millimeter forward. See there, we went a little bit forward. So when you say 20 seconds, I'm going to pull back and wait here.
And that is the key. Short ablation, less than 20 seconds. Come back if the pressure goes to less than 100, increase it by giving the neosynephrine and
Can you show the hemodynamics? Yeah.
Yeah. See, the pressure is down, and therefore we are going to give, our nurse will give automatically neosynephrine. Yeah. Yeah. The impeller needs some more fluid or what?
No, pull back. Good.
No.
You okay?
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now look at the pressure is down. So impeller definitely needed. Look at without impeller, the blood pressure. You see that? The question was whether you needed impeller. Here is 60, 70.
Now second time, I go exactly where I stopped burring, and from there I start going forward. I have a lot of resistance. Never push, never push. Let the burr do its job. So just go little bit by little bit forward. So this is where, okay, so I can stay here. I don't have to go all the way to the left main. Patient also has some EKG changes.
That's
Good.
fine, yeah.
That's it. Now I'm going to do one full and come out. Start coming out. Since there's EKG changes, let's not leave the burr
Same.
there for a long time.
Oh.
Get me the run through wire and the fielder wire.
Yeah, we have both of them.
So run through is our workhorse wire. So whatever your workhorse wire is,
Fantastic.
use that in the main vessel, which is the LED here.
This is the fielder. I mean, yep. Okay, we'll take a little picture. Sorry. We'll take a picture now.
Mhm. Okay, the STs have gone down.
Pressure is quite high.
Yeah.
More blood flow. Look at the very good blood flow in the LED. We want to go to caudal view. That's better.
No, I'll wire the LED here.
Okay.
Give me the run through.
Yeah.
We wire the LED, then go to the
Yeah.
caudal.
So
picture.
same, this is the distal left main, and we definitely will use a two-stent strategy because both were significant lesion. Whether you use a mini crush or DK crush, I know that a lot of people are with a DK crush. We are very good with a mini crush, and till we have some answers that one versus other, both gives very good angiographic and imaging, and of course clinical results. So we are not that hot on the DK crush, particularly if the case being done with a 6 French guide, will favor more DK crush, but otherwise the mini crush. Our lab is more for the mini crush. So any, I think Suresh was still on the
I think
line, or
there
he,
are excellent demonstration and those 3 steps by Dr. Kinney and a lot of useful tips. There are 2 in between questions.
Yes.
One is a social question. Is the patient conscious and he is able to follow the discussion among the doctor?
yeah.
So-
So basically we tell them that we put them into la-la land. So patient has to be snoring, conscious but deep sleep. So, but yes,
conscious
the
sedation
many,
is
I
being
can
used.
tell you, and that is not uncommon. I have, many of these patients that's a very interesting point, and I'll give you one anecdote that we were doing a case in our live case in a few years ago in our CCC symposium, and there was a discussion going on, and actually Dr. Vermani was on the podium and the moderator there, and she was saying that, oh, we should not put a stent, and I say, why we should put the stent. And so key is that after patient, of course, were hearing all the discussion, they consent for the whole procedure. So only way you can do this procedure is when patient consent. So patient actually tells me
Patient consent for live transmission.
live transmission. So patient are aware that they will be part of the live discussion. So patient actually tells me that Dr. Sharma, don't listen to that lady. Do whatever you want to do. So just to say that, yes, this conscious patient, we keep quite a bit. I know a lot of people intubate them in a high risk patient. And so one time actually Rihal was telling me from Mayo Clinic that many of the complex cases they'll intubate and then of course extubate on the table. But I would say despite all the complexity, the intubation is rarely done, maybe once in 6 months or so. But otherwise, patient conscious,
Go to this
they are
view.
aware. Yeah, this is the view.
18.
So we are now, we have
Again,
put
there
a
is
run
one
through.
Good
Yeah.
question
Other question. Yeah,
is
this
how
was the
is
question
your-
about conscious.
Yes. So there is another good question. How is your protocol to select between a rota, IVL and orbital? How do you choose your patients?
Yeah, very beautiful point. Very fantastic. Now I can tell you, IVL, we just started using, will be using shortly and will come up with the protocol. But as far as I would say at present, IVL is very good for the large vessels. And where you less worry about the hemodynamic, knowing the balloon has to be left for a little longer period of time. So that's one. Secondly, orbital versus rotational, which we also have published, that both can be used in majority, but in angulated lesion, in the tortuous lesions, more rotational atherectomy, aorto-ostial, more rotational atherectomy, and multiple lesions, orbital, distal lesion, orbital. So that is usually, if you have done the imaging, circular calcium will be the best treatment, will be the orbital atherectomy. That really works very nicely when there is a total 360-degree arc of calcium. But in our lab, we use about 75% rotational atherectomy, about 22% orbital, and 3% laser. So laser basically cases where we could not cross anything or case of unexpanded stent. And so, the real incorporation of IVL still has to made to our algorithm yet, because we don't have that much experience so far.
You got to know where you should not use OA.
Yeah.
Osteal lesion, you cannot use OA. And if you have a tortuous vessel, you cannot use OA. It really works, I think, in the distal, if there's a distal lesion, and more important is
don't need-
severe calcium. You have to make sure you are 360-degree severe calcium. Yeah. Good.
So this is a 3
3 or 15.
3 or 15. Could have been 3.5, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So post dilation balloon has to be in a calcific lesion vessel was diameter, which is 3. Or here we are going to use a 3.5 stent. So you got to do 3.5 high pressure balloon.
Yep.
And same, go 18-20 atmosphere. Make sure that the lesion is well
Yeah.
expanded. If it's not expanded, that's the time you have to make a decision. Do you now go with atherectomy again?
The here is nicely expanded, 24 atmosphere
Yeah.
now.
I mean, left main did not have any calcium, distal left main.
Yeah, it was not there.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it's okay. It will not expand. I don't think we need a bigger size cutting balloon.
Yeah.
If it looks good, we can just go ahead with stenting now.
Yeah.
We don't need to pre-dilate the circ again.
But I just
Right.
want to make sure that after atherectomy, you need to dilate here.
Yeah.
That you still have to dilate the lesion with your balloon.
No.
Very, very important. And
Even
little dissection occur, which is good.
3
I said dissection is good. Go.
So what do you want to do?
3O.
I think we go 3 only to the LED.
Yep.
If a 3 balloon causes a dissection, it's
yeah.
telling you it's
Yeah.
already a large size.
Yeah, 3 or 28. And
Longer, no? Promus.
the giants of synergy.
Design. Why?
No, anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Promus.
Okay.
We're
So-
recrossing.
Yeah. Okay.
3 or what do you want? 28?
Or longer.
32.
32 and the circumflex. So we are using a Promus.
Circumflex will be short, right? You want
Yeah.
16?
Yep.
16 or 12? Oh, 16 or 12?
Yeah, no. Yeah. 12 will be okay. Because we are going to use a mini crush.
Okay, yeah.
So 3.5.
Now, when we are doing that, Yulia, you want to start showing the video of the mini crush? We have done animation of how you do the steps of the mini crush.
So we actually have a 3D, it's a 3D?
3D
It's a
animation.
3D animation of a mini crush technique, which we are going to show you. It's just available now on the web. We have those bifurcated
App
apps.
should be released in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, now see this now.
So this is just to show, this is the web app, which you will see it on cardiologyapps.com. But show the mini crush technique. Yeah, so you will see side by side. So essentially you're wiring the main vessel, wiring the side branch, pre-dilate the main vessel.
3.512.
And then what we are showing is step by step, all the description is on the side. Let's wait for this video to finish. And
yeah.
if they have any questions,
Right.
then we show them the live. So this is, you're going to the side branch, which is a circumflex. This is the main vessel, left main to LAD. So you see there, it's 1 millimeter of the stent is sticking out into the left main. So you dilate it. Once we make sure everything looks good, you remove the balloon, remove the wire. Now you're inflating the left main to LAD. Now this is the only questionable step. People want to cross the side branch before pot or after pot. I usually do it before. If you want to do it after or before, it's up to the operator. And once you finish the pot, then you do kiss. So when you do kiss, you serial first. So you do individual vessel followed by final, and then that's how it is.
That's a nice 3D animation.
Yes, I think it
All right.
is a wonderful.
Now, if anybody has
demonstration
any
and
questions.
I think much improved as compared to the first version. This is
Of
very
course.
clear, and the steps are very nicely demonstrated.
First version was just illustration.
Illustration
Really?
and
Okay.
selection.
Yep. And we are ready to end the cases there. Yeah. So we are ready
So
now.
we are ready to now go, and now we are going to show you live. And if you have any questions, write it down and ask us once we finish this.
Yeah. So
Good.
3.5, 12 Promus we are putting into the circumflex, and 302032 will be in the LED left main. Go.
So now same
Yeah.
thing, we'll always go to the side branch. Now, also we can say that the more challenging branch you can go. I know we are saying now, how do you define what is side branch, what is main branch? In a left main is depending on the size of the vessel. So
Although
if you have dominant circ and you have a 4-0 circ and like a 3-0, 3-5 LED, you can consider circ as a dominant vessel and stand from circ to left main and make a LED as a side branch. Even 12, we are having trouble because there is that stent.
Yeah.
So see what I did. I advanced the guide.
Yep.
I advanced the side branch, and then the stent went in. I hope I showed those steps clearly. If the stent did not go, what are the movements you have to do?
that you align the wire, and sometimes you can go back with a high pressure balloon again. We have a
Yeah, for that,
if need
for
to be.
that you have to
Yeah.
take out all the stent, but
Yeah.
the first
you're-
thing is you
that
have
reposition. Yep.
repositioning and
Absolutely.
coaxial placement. Okay, now hold on again, same thing. I'll advance the guide. Now advance the circ stent. Where is the circ stent?
Percent here.
Good. Go
Good.
down. It will not inhibiting. Oh, no, I'm not going. Somehow LED has been more challenging than the circumflex here.
And that's what we felt because of the calcium. We can get a 3.5 20 balloon if need to be.
No, that's hitting the calcium there.
Yeah. So remember, we never went that far.
No, we
So let's
did.
go with the 3.5 20 balloon there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So leave the circ stent patient is hemodynamically okay right now. Let's dilate the mid air a little bit LED portion distal to where we dilated earlier because there is a moderate
You're
disease there.
3.5?
3.5 now.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the balloon is prepared. I'll ask a question that
Yeah.
person has asked that the temporary pacemaker wire is not seen in this case. So, which cases you prefer to do it? And if this
The-
impella is not used, would you be using at least a temporary pacemaker?
Yeah. So if you're doing a rotablation of the left main, and if the issue about the RCA, knowing the RCA has a collateralized by native also by anti-grade bridge, if not that, then complex left main rota interaction, we definitely have been putting the temporary pacemaker, although not necessarily all the time, but a right coronary, yes. And this one is plus minus, but yeah, Impella definitely gave that confidence that maybe you don't need, we actually were not even sure originally whether we are going to do a rota in this case. Now, if you're not using a rota, you definitely don't need the left, the pacemaker, that's for sure.
Go.
Yeah, good. 14. Yep, pull back. So we are dilating now the LED. So same thing about earlier point I wanted to make, that no matter what atherectomy you're done, make sure you post dilate, prepare your vascular bed in these complex cases before putting a stent. Yeah. So we are going here with the 3.5 at 20 atmosphere. Yeah, it's open nicely.
If it does not go,
Go. It will go now. Go.
let us see.
It was the only reason was that we did not dilate that area earlier. Remember, there was a moderate calcific disease. You see it there at exactly at 12 o'clock. So we did open earlier with the 3O balloon, which we had 15 millimeter. We didn't go into that level of that diagonal. And that was the one which gave us a little trouble right now. Anyway, so
This
will be the
patient
test.
also indication for pacemaker, if it was a dominant circ and we're dealing with a left main, yes, you should have a pacemaker ready. We do have a vein in this patient. So if there was any indication that when we started doing rota, if there was bradycardia, something's changed, then we could have used a pacemaker at that time.
Yeah, no, and we have made that point few times that left main should get pacemaker also. But I think that is a softer indication. So you decide based on the scenario. So in this case, that's why we decided not to use it. One, not dominant, right coronary collateralized by itself.
And same thing, that if you feel comfortable because it is left main complex,
Yeah.
have a pacemaker, there.
Nothing wrong in that. Yeah.
So you see that what we showed in the animation also, we placed both the left main to LAD and the circumflex stent. So what is happening is two things. So you have to know which is side branch, which is main branch. We have two different kind of indiflators here in our lab. If you don't have, just mark the stent with any kind of a sticker that you have to say which is side branch. So we have side branch here. So I'm going to pull the side branch, like I mentioned, a millimeter, okay, into the left main, some dye,
Too far.
micro, some
Yeah.
dye.
Okay. Take
No, dye. Okay, I think we are good now. We don't want, otherwise you'll miss the ostium.
Okay.
Now
All
you
right.
take a cine. Okay. Good. Agree?
So LED stent can come back few
No,
millimeters.
that we can adjust
Left
later.
main,
Go
yeah.
quickly.
Okay.
Circ.
Okay, circ now, as we made the point, 16 atmosphere, it's a 3.5, 16, so 12. Promus. So we are going again. So you leave it for a few seconds. Good.
Good.
Now
Down.
there is a stent there. So some plaque protrusion will happen distally. So just go a little massage distal. Yeah, good. There's no need to
Okay, down.
dilate and cause injury because cipher remained good for last 18 years. That's a good sign.
So you take your SDS out. If you want, give some dye to make sure. Now here distally we have stent. We don't have to worry. Just to make sure your distal vessel looks good.
Good.
We are happy there. And then what you do is take your wire out. Very important. You take your wire out. Now you confirm your left main to.
Yeah.
Is it some dye? There was some dissection in the left main, so we have to confirm that we are covering it. Okay. We pulled back too much.
Yeah, here. See this now. Good.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Take a cine. Yeah, we're covering that dissection.
Okay.
Stop.
16. So this is the 3O. 3032 Promus.
Go
And
for
we
it.
always go with the 2 times inflation. And proximal 4 above pot.
Yeah.
408. Good. Okay. So now let's see. We take one by one out.
Now we'll recross into the circ, like I mentioned. It's left up to the operator when you want to recross. They always question, you want to pot first and recross versus pot.
Let's take the audience poll that people will pot first before recrossing or recross. That I think is a part for the left main. Other pot actually is still.
ठीक है लेके आओ उनका 5 मिनट में खत्म हो जाएगा
Came out, circ LED also.
Both
This
the
is why I
wires.
don't like.
I think
This
with
guy
the
keep coming
whooping
up.
majority of the population feels that the pot should
Yes,
be
yes.
done first and then the
Okay,
rewiring should be done.
guide. This is, you understand?
Yeah.
No problem.
So now what happened is we have the CP. Yeah, that's a good point. So a lot of people say that for pot first. Yeah. So what happened with the CP, when you try to use put through the same single axis, the movement of the guide catheter is very difficult. So you cannot advance further. But anyway, we have done that now. So good. So this is the LED wire, went back. And now we are going to,
I don't know if the tip of the,
yeah. So get a new fielder in case we need it. You want to do the
Now.
pot 4?
I'll tell you the reason you have to do beforehand.
Yeah.
It's way easier. If your rewiring is a trouble, so as long as you know you're in the lumen of the left main stand, and then you go in.
And remember the whole the theory that for the DK crush, you go to the proximal strut. For the mini crush, you go to the distal strut. So this is, I think this is a reasonable case to do the pot 408. Yeah. Okay. That's what you wanted to show is the difficulty. Then you
No,
do
no,
the pot.
difficulty means if you have gone underneath the stand strut.
Yeah.
This is the usual difficulty in recrossing the side branch.
But let's do the pot now. Okay. So we are ready with the 408 non-compliant balloon here.
Can you go into stand boost?
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
Go up here.
Yeah. Going up.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay.
you need to pull back a little bit.
No, stand boost.
Yeah, you may not be able to see stand boost with those multiple wires and
You will be.
impala unless you want to close shutters. Yeah.
No, it's not stand boost. Looks the pink.
Small screen.
Now this is the time when I think the stand boost really will help. Yes. Ready?
Not stand boost, I told you.
Go.
Yeah, that's the stand boost.
Okay. Yeah. A good position.
Yeah, okay, go up.
16, 18.
Good, good. Don't get crazy. It'll dissect the left main. It's not
Yep.
4.
Okay. Good. Now we are going to wire it. Take this out. Maybe a new fielder wire because, you know, many times this wire was behind the step.
Taking the same line, there was another interesting question as to how frequently or what percentage you fail to recross the side branch and what are your strategies to deal with it? And do you image it before recross?
Yeah. So very good point. One, definitely you don't need to image because you already have your work done and you know exactly where to go. The second is how frequently it, I think, depends. On the left main, it's almost never that you are not able to cross it. The side branch, it does happen in about some % of cases. And the, you know, a small branch like OM, circ branch, diagonal, which happen maybe 2-3% of cases. But
Less
if you,
than that.
yeah,
Yeah.
less
I
than
mean,
that.
essentially, you have to have various wire strategies. If you open our initial bifurcate app, and you go to the basics,
Yeah, that
every step
balloon we
has
had.
been given how and how, what are the
balloons,
steps to do. So exactly we
20.
showed here. If my wire had gone easily to the circumflex, I would have wired. That's how we always do here. We wire the side branch first, and here we had problems, and then you do a pot. Now, essentially what pot does, I think in the 3D bifurcate video we just showed that it is going to align the stent, abut the stent to the vessel wall. So this, stent cells are going to expand and you will be able to get into the side branch. Now, the technique to the side branch, one, your tip of the wire has to be there For this, you need almost like a 90-degree curve to get into circumflex. That's one. So always try to use a polymer jacketed hydro side branch. And there are other couple of specialty wires, whatever you get comfortable with what you have in your lab. But we recommend this polymer jacketed wires, either a Fielder, Whisper, and there's another wire called a Fighter wire by Boston Scientific. That's another wire that I like to use in really angulated OMs. So it is all how comfortable you are. You try to have 1 or 2 wires, keep using them and master the technique of just using those wires, and then you know how to get into the side branch. But let me go back to the steps. That left main we just showed, recross, then you do the pot, kiss, and come out. For non-left main, you would be the same, that you would recross. We usually do not pot in non-left main cases because it's 1-to-1 is very good. And here, since it is circumflex, we went with the 1-to-1 size balloon already. You saw even the balloon crossed.
Before, yeah.
If LED diagonal, many times your balloon don't cross into the diagonal that easy. PDA, but the balloon don't cross that easily. So you may want to go downsize the balloon 1.5, 2, or whatever you have, dilate it first, and then go with the 1-to-1 size balloon before you do a final kiss.
And we are now ready to do a final kiss. And then I know we are reaching to the time or 10:30. Then we start our case discussions, which you have the very interesting case or cases.
Okay.
So now we are here.
So this is where we are. You see that? So left main to LED. Now I pull back.
Yep.
If you're not able to do it, because many times what happens if it slips, that's the time you do what's called a sequential.
Yeah.
The proximal dot. You're okay. You're still within. Don't get because.
Yeah.
Okay.
Message
Okay. Down.
Good. Okay. So now we are ready with the IVUS, and we'll see how things are. If anything need touch up or so.
We'll do IVUS into the left main.
Yeah.
To
LED. Yep. That's the most issue remain. Now remember, no matter what you do, ostial circ remains the Achilles heel of left main bifurcation. Long-term stenting results.
You want to take a picture? I can remove the wire from the circ. Yeah,
Good.
looks good.
Beautiful. Good. Okay.
Any questions, guys, with the steps of mini crush? Did I answer all the questions? How to recross into the side branch?
Yes, I think very excellent result and a good demonstration. So there are few questions in that line as to which is a more faster method, decay crush or mini crush. And in this,
I think we've shown you right now. It's definitely mini crush is a faster technique. We showed you pre-dilate, place the stent, pot, recross, and recross, pot, kiss. Definitely faster. For decay crush, remember, you have to crush, then recross, open it, then you place the stent in the main vessel, then you have to do whatever you have, recross, pot, kiss again.
Okay, bring the IVUS there, please.
Show them the IVUS. There's no randomized study between mini crush and decay crush. And every live case we have shown mini crush, and this is our go-to technique.
Good.
Our results in the bifurcations, technique, and our whatever we follow. We have a big database that we follow up. Results are very good.
Make the IVUS to the main screen now.
Main screen.
Yeah.
Propose and no edge dissection. We expand it. It's good. Here's behind calcium, but we'll expand it. Yeah. With expansion. Enough area.
There's a side branch.
Yeah, it's a branch, and it
This
just
left main.
it go to the distal left main. It's expanded.
Well opposed and very nice.
It goes,
Yeah.
okay, so okay.
Okay, we'll take a final picture now,
Yep.
Caudal, and come out.
We'll take a little nitro. So you see that the picture wise imaging as well as the angiographically good. And the last one with the low magnification without moving the cameras. So you see the distal vessel, any wire perf or so in a complex case that has been always teaching. Last one without panning. So you just take a full picture of your all vascular tree. You're very often, not often, rarely, I would say, this wire perfs are missed and patient develop tamponade a little later. And if you had trouble here, you want to take care right in the cath lab. Beautiful, done. Okay.
I want to take a cranial picture.
Okay, we can take a cranial picture also. That's fine. But overall, from interventional procedure point of view, the case is done. We'll take the impel out now. There is already a pre-close, and then patient will go to the even telemetry unit, doesn't have to go to coronary care unit. Up and look at this. Fantastic. With that note, we are done with the interventional case exactly in 1 hour.
So total contrast use was 160. Radiation air karma was 1. Fluoro time of 29 minutes.
All right, Shirish and Sachin, if okay, you'll be starting your case and I'll be just joining you in few minutes.
Any
All right,
questions for us from the technical point?
No, just technical. One question was there as to what is the MSA achieved by IVUS in left main and LAD and LCA.
What is the left main right there?
Okay, this is LED mid LED 7.3. This
Yeah,
is the
show the
ML.
IVUS
Show the
again.
IVUS again.
Okay, this
LED
is,
was 7.32
yeah, this is the distal left main 12.
and left main is 12. So we want to get at least 6 possible for the 3 millimeter vessel and left main more than 8.5 to 9. And that is both have been attained in this particular case. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, madam, for all excellent demonstration and taking all our questions.
Beautiful.